Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm excited to have you here. Today I have these raw images here on my PC that I'm about to edit, and I want to show you the process of how I go about importing my images, selecting the best images. I will show you how the decisions I make or I go through to select the images that I'm going to be retouching, and also I'll show you how to rate the images in Lightroom and collect them for retouch. So in Lightroom, this is this is not a new, like, I've already installed Lightroom. I've been using it. If you're a new person here, your interface or probably you don't have this, but you have an empty space like this, and what you have to do is to go and create a catalog. One thing I do mostly is that for every project that I do, I try to create a catalog for that particular project. I don't want to put other people's image into other, so that probably when I'm looking for it, I get confused. In order for me to have clarity and know what I'm doing, I create a new catalog for every project. So you can also adapt that approach, and it will really help you from the confusion of having for looking for images maybe after hours, and you're finding it hard time to get those images. So in the same folder that I import my image the same folder that I import my image, I try to create the catalog inside that image. Remember that in Lightroom you need to create a catalog before you can import images. So I'm going to name the catalog according to the name of the client, and his name is Owusu. He's actually not I will not say Owusu is a client, because he's a friend, a brother. He has been, like, he sees me as his boss. He has been around helping me, especially when I began my journey as a photographer and I needed assistance. He was there assisting me. He was there when I was, through the very foundation. So he just found the love of his life, and he wants to get married. So I happen to know both of them. They came to me that the boss, we want you to take our photo shoot, and they preferred the studio photo shoot. And I said, why not? I'm going to do it for you for free. Very excited. I didn't even tell him that I'm going to do it for free initially, but after, when I was done, I told him, oh, you are not paying anything. I was very excited. So now, after you have created a catalog, when you look on top here, you see that you have the name you used to create your catalog. And then when you come to Lightroom, all you have to do, we have all these menus. We have the library. That is where you keep or you import your image. So when you look here, you can see that click the import button to begin. So that is where you import your image. So first thing first, don't get confused. First thing first, you can click this button here to go locate the folder that your images are on it. But then you can do that. So maybe it's on my drive. See, I have 2025, I have October, and I have that folder here. So when I click here, and I click this folder, I will have the images here, and I can import it direct. But there's another option here. You can just go to your folder, select all the images that you want to work on, and import it here. You drop it, like drag and drop. Then when you drag it, you just allowed your machine to import the images. Depending on how the specs of your machine, it will depend on how fast you have all your images fetched into your Lightroom. So you just have to allow the machine to take time to load all the images, fetch the initial previews for you. As you can see here, it says fetching the initial previews. Be patient, wait for it to finish with whatever it's doing. When you are done with that, you just come to develop. See, we know photography. Back in photography, you have to develop an image, the darkroom. So Lightroom has a darkroom where you get to develop your images. So Lightroom, that is the name of the software, but there is a darkroom where you get to develop the image. Let me put it that way, because that is the foundation of photography. So I just sometimes love my test shoot. This is a test shoot, and they are all part of, and that's the beauty of DSLRs and mirrorless cameras, you know, having your sensors to be digital, because back then this image would have covered a film and you might lose your film space or whatever. But then with the SD cards, you can shoot as many as you want. So yes, so I have the images here, and now I'm going to collect the images or rate the images that I think will best work for me. You understand? So when you come to Lightroom, we have a panel at your left hand side, we have a panel at the right hand side. The panel at your right hand is where you do all your exposure adjustment, the things that you couldn't get in the camera, some of the limitation or the challenges you had in camera, you can correct all of them with the exposure settings here. So when you look at the exposure settings, white balance settings, which is the basic, under the basic tab here, when you click on the drop down, that is where most of the things that you'll be needing here. Like for me, when I started learning, when I had the opportunity to get a full tutorial on Lightroom, as in a paid tutorial, where I had to go through everything before I started my Lightroom journey. But having used Lightroom for almost 7 years, I realized that you don't need to go through the hassle. You see, it's good that you get to learn everything, but you can learn on the job as you go. So with this tab, the basic tab, what you do is that it helps you to correct everything that, especially in relation to exposure and color balance, or white balance, let me put it that way. Sorry, white balance. Everything relating to white balance and everything relating to the exposure that didn't go well, and sometimes even the sharpness, right? So, and the brilliance, the saturation, you get all that in the basic tab. So that is what we are going to do. Now let's begin by collecting the images first before we get to the basic tab to do some color or exposure settings on the image. One thing you have to remember, that under your left panel there are 4 main pillars, like 4 main items here, where you can use to help you. You have the preset. The software comes with its own preset, right? It comes with its own preset. Very beautiful presets. They are cool. You can use them. You can explore. You can explore using it. And when you apply a preset, like for instance, when I apply this preset, I have an opportunity to adjust the preset also. You see, so you are not bound by. When you don't like the preset, you can reset the image back to its original state. That is all it is. Under the preset, and you can create your own preset also. Maybe I will take time to go through that with you. Maybe next time. So you just have to subscribe to this channel. I have a lot of things to share with you. I'm going to even share with you how you can make money for agencies abroad, outside your country, even outside your continent, to earn in other currencies on this platform. So if you're excited, make sure you hit the subscription button, you press the notification, and you make sure you stay with me anytime you see that I've posted any tutorial. Weekly, I will try my best to supply tutorials to help you improve your photography, retouching, not only retouching tutorials, but the business side of photography, some of the challenges that you face, creativity and all that. I will be talking about it on this platform. So I just want you to be excited and know that this platform is for you. So let's move on. I will just leave the other 2 here, and we just hop on to collection. Like I told you, you can take time to learn everything about it, but I'm just sharing the relevant areas that you'll be using the most. So in this particular tutorial. So when you come to the collection, you realize that there is this 5-star folder here, and whatever folder you see with like this star on is called a smart folder. There are other, is a collection. There you can create a correction and name it whatever, maybe also my guy is called or John. And when that collection will not have any 5-star or whatever, but when you create a smart collection, right? When you are creating a smart collection, there are several options you can use. You can flag an image, you can label a color, you can label your image with colors so that you know that this particular color, red, is the one I want to edit. And you can rate. For me, for years I've been going with rating, and there are options that you see if image is greater or equal to maybe 2-star. If the image is, then it should collect it, but that one sometimes it confuses, so I just use is. If image, I'm rating the image, if the image is maybe 4-star, because already the software have created the 5-star for us, or 3-star, collect it, then you have to give a name to it. I will say 3-star, then I will create. So you see, I've created my own smart collection. Here is it. You can see the star here. Whenever you see a folder with a star there, it tells you that that image is a smart collection. And when you create a smart collection, what it does is that the folder open up for you. So there is no image in the smart collection. So you can see 0 here. And then when you click on past month, you don't even have to click on past month. When you create a new collection and you are inside that collection, if you are a new person with Lightroom, you'll be confused. Where do I get the image that I import? Where are the images that you imported? That is the question you ask yourself. Simply come down here where your smart collection folder, you see 0 photos here down here. Click on the drop down button there and go to previous import, the image that you imported previously. If you've been using that catalog for several times, that is, if probably you add another person image into this catalog, you have a lot of images on this same color, then you go to all images. But I advise that you don't do that to get yourself confused. Always create new catalog for every new project. It doesn't take anything from you. You don't pay for it. It's part of the software. So creating a new catalog is just simple for you to do. So now I'm just sharing all this knowledge before we get here, because it's very relevant for you to know, so that you don't go through a lot of hassle when you are using Lightroom. Now let's go to previous. We have the images now. Now we are going to rate the images. Let's first rate it 3-star, because sometimes selecting images become very difficult. You are to select maybe 6 pictures or 5 pictures to work on pertaining to the outfit that the client and maybe the negotiation that you guys had. But sometimes some of the images are so nice and you don't want to let go. But the truth is, you collect all of them and you want to retouch. When you get to retouch, you get so tired and you just don't want to continue again. And though you collected them, but you just leave them. So in order not for you to go and retouch images that are similar, and probably you should have edited a better one before that one and exhaust yourself, what you have to do is that you just have to first rate your image 3-star. Maybe you are supposed to edit five images for the client, but in selecting it became difficult for you, so you find yourself selecting 10. Now when you are done with selecting the 10, you discipline, that is the word, you challenge yourself to go and select the 5 best images out of the 10. Let's say you are going to edit the 10 images for them, right? But then let's begin with the 5 first and see. And I bet you by the time you are done retouching the 5, you will be okay. You realize that you can't keep up with retouching 10. So you just go with the 5 that you are supposed to send. Isn't that good? So that is how we are going to go about this. So now I have these images here. Like I told you, I'm going to show you the things I look out for before I pick any image. And in this particular Photoshop, I'm going to deliver 6 images, because for me, every outfit, the most I can retouch for you is 4. But the standard is 3. So always I make sure I go with 3, except for some clients who would demand more. And even for me, if you demand more, I don't want to go beyond a specific number. It's not only about the money, it's about the quality, it's about the delivery, which is very important. You have to keep that too. So now, what I'm doing is that I'm going to judge the images using my critical imagination, thinking, and like looking at the pose. Like obviously this image, I can't pick this image because of how she probably has opened the mouth. Not bad, but for me, I like this image because of the smile. Actually, with this image, I had a lot of shadowing. I normally love shooting dark, underexposed, a bit underexposed, so that I can expose it when I'm going to retouch, or even in Lightroom, so that I can maintain the richness and the texture in the color, in the texture in the colors of the image. So with this one, I like it. So I'm going to rate this 3 star. It's going into the folder. This is not bad, but for a photo shoot, okay, let me pick that one. I want to go with this. I want to go with that. This is beautiful. The smile is beautiful, so let me go with it. Okay. I have to discipline myself. So like this one, it's good, but then doesn't fit for what I'm looking out for a pre-wedding shoot. This, should I pick this image? Guys, what do you think? You comment, let me know if it's a good image for a pre-wedding shoot or it isn't. But you let me pick it. Like I said, we'll find a way. So this particular pose, I told them to hold their hands and just act as though they are chatting. I just normally like those type of photo pictures. Okay, so I'll pick this from that. I think this one is okay. I had some that they were, but I think I'll go with the last one. It's cool for me. Now we are in the other outfit. So you can see here I have 6. I have in my 3 star, I have 6 of that outfit. I will have to go and pick 3 from it. Very challenging. But what will you do? We are trusting God. we are trusting God that we will be able. So look at the image. I'm not going for this image. I'm not. Look at the face. I'm not. The image is even blurred. This one is. I'm not. And I am using an old 6D. I use an old 6D Mark II. So you can see when I zoom in, I'm not getting. Sometimes I'm not getting. The sharpness. But some of them are really good. It's 6D. About 2-3 years. So. Image count and all that. So, this is the guy face. My guy. I have to go with one of these, but my guy. This, I like the pose, but this, he's so serious. Let me go with another one. I'm not getting any for this. Okay, this one, I'll go with this. This one too is not bad. They were looking at their faces. By the way, I was just, for the first outfit, I was picking up poses from Pinterest. But with the second one, I made us do our own thing, like random posing. Sometimes I just want my clients to feel this is cool, but then it doesn't feel okay. I'm going for this one, definitely. Definitely. And this one too is cool. So I decided to do one give them a portrait of themselves, one for each. That one, I don't know which one to pick which other. You guys will help me. Sometimes it's a challenge. Then the first one is beautiful, but like, I don't know if you let me pick that one. She's more like an unaware. Okay, let me go with this one. So I have 12 images here, aside the two, so meaning I had 10 images. And now I'm going to rate it for 5 star. So 5 star. Obviously, I'm taking this image out. So this one will go into my 5 star folder. Similar. This one to the BO Charlie. That means I have. Wow. I have this lens flare in the, but then I will have to go and make this image. I'm going for it. Okay. So I have 5 images in my 5 star folder. I'm not going for this one. Let me go for this. So now we can check here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So I have 6 images here that I'm going to give to them. This really doesn't fit the theme that I want, but then it's beautiful, and it's not all the images that they are going to put text or anything on. They want to keep some of them. So I'm going to give them this image because of the reaction of the bride to be. Yeah, so basically that is it. You saw me adjusting some stuff. Let me reset and let me show you. So now that I'm in the image, this image is I like the exposure, just that there are some darkness. So what will I do? You have the main tab here, exposure. You have shadow, you understand shadow, the dark areas. Exposure is more like throwing more light into the entire image. But the beauty of a raw image is that you have options. When you control the basic tabs here, you are able to adjust specific areas, and it doesn't really affect all the areas. That is why it's advisable that you shoot in RAW than shooting in JPEG, because when you shoot in JPEG and you want to make some adjustment, sometimes it affects the entire image and it really doesn't help. So what you will have to do is make sure in exposure you're able to affect all the areas, and you don't have to do much. Sometimes I will add an exposure to brighten up the entire image. So you can see when I click on Y, the letter Y, I'm able to preview before and after. And also when I'm done with the exposure, I like the exposure. I don't want to expose like this, I lose the color. So I expose very little but no reasonable amount of light. Judge with your eyes and your instinct. I'll open the shadow, look at the shadow area in the neck area. I know I open it up before and after, you see. So that is why I like shooting. Then I will just reduce. Normally I want to reduce the highlights more. And with this image, because of their outfit, the black outfit against the blue, there is already too much contrast in the image. So I'm not going to pull any contrast anymore. So as a beginner or someone, you have to always judge images and know what to do. You don't have to always be pulling any adjustment just because someone showed you how to use the contrast and everything. So every image you want to use contrast, curve, adjustment layer, you just want to use it. No, saturation and all that, noise, no denoising, and you don't apply it to every image. There are images you judge it and know the areas that needs adjustment, then you work on it. So this particular image, for this outfit, I'm keeping this, and when I have this setting and I believe I can pull it on this because it all had the same kind of light exposure, I can click on the one with the settings that I have and hold shift and click on the other. If it's only one image you want to affect it, you can click control and hold that and click on that image, and then you can, when immediately you do that, Lightroom will change. So let me click off the images and see there is nothing here. When I click an image, the option that you see on your right hand side underneath the panel where the basic tab and other adjustments are, you find previous and reset on the image. So the settings that I've done here, when I click on reset, I reset it. When I click on previous or reset, I will have to undo it. So I have my settings here. What I will do is that when I click on my image with the settings and I hold control, I can select other images, and immediately I do that, you see that there will be sync settings here. The button here called sync. When I click on the sync, I can either say check all the settings here, everything that I've done on this image. I've checked everything, if it's crop, spot remover, whatever I've done, I can say check it all and I can synchronize to the other image. Or I can decide to uncheck some of the settings that I don't want to, especially crop. Probably I crop this image into a particular style, or I wanted to hide some revealing objects, at the background. So I can't sync the crop to all the images. So for mostly, I will just uncheck the crop and I will check everything. I will first say check all, then I will come and uncheck crop, then I will synchronize. So when I synchronize, you see that this image, the settings from this old image has come to this new one. So when I press on Y, you can see the before and after. This first image is dark, this is a bit bright, and I like it. The other exposure that I need, I will make sure that happen in Photoshop. All right, so the same setting on this one, as you can see, and I'm keeping this image. Then I can crop. So you see on top here, you see we have all these settings. You have to take time to learn Lightroom, and if you really want to learn Lightroom, the full understanding of Lightroom, I have a community, I have a platform, a group that you can join in on Telegram. Finally, with this one, I'm going to use a tool here. Like I said, I can't take you through everything. That one would take a whole lot of time for a tutorial. So you see that I've used a tool here. It's called a gradient filter. When you apply it, you're able to apply any settings from Lightroom into that particular area. So the dark area here, trying to expose it's like me throwing light, So like I said, these settings help you to correct all your exposure issues in Lightroom. And I have this image here. Alright, so thank you guys for watching my tutorial. I'm excited to have you. Please do well to subscribe and like this video. Comment, let me know my style of teaching, whether I'm taking too much time or everything that I've shared resonate. You think you've learned something from this platform. You can join my Telegram group, receive real value. I do webinars for free where I share useful secrets to help you skyrocket within few years, few weeks, few months. You're getting results for your photography. You don't have to feel stuck. There are opportunities to work for foreign agencies as a retoucher. You'll be at your own comfort of your home, one corner with your laptop, and you are making money. If you're a graphic designer and you want to make some extra cool money beyond what probably you are earning in your locality or your country, I bet you when you join my Telegram group, I put on free webinars where I share the secret in making money with your photography. Not really having a camera, but your retouching and editing skill, where you'll be sought after and be paid in dollars. Sometimes you can edit one image and earn $5, $10, sometimes even to $20 for one image, depending on the project or the client that you are dealing with. Some agencies have high paying projects and they look out for, if you position yourself, you learn that skill that I will be teaching you, you are going to be able to earn. The minimum is $5 upwards. So guys, thank you and do well to subscribe. Bye bye.